Now, you mentioned the Giant Baba and Antonio Inoki. Who were some more of your favorite opponents to work with in Japan?
Steve Williams, Terry Gordy.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Brody and Stan Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
Ted DiBiase. It got to be the situation that we were, it turned around so that we were wrestling the Americans over there. Joe Matsuruda, incidentally, is one of the very fine wrestlers that I trained.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of my favorites to work with forever and always.
Nick Bockwinkel at WCW Slamboree 93. You wrestled him.
Yeah, stepping in the ring with Gene Kaninsky in my corner, Vern Gagne in his corner.
Wow.
Larry Zbyszko calling the match.
Wow.
And Johnny Valentine as guest announcer was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I have so much respect for all those people.
Mm-hmm.
And also stepping in the ring against the AWA champion, Nick Bockwinkel.
Mm-hmm.
The match went 15 minutes. It was a great match. And in fact, it's on my website. If anybody wants to see it, they can go to www.dory-funk.com and click on the WrestleMania section. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of my matches on there, including the Nick Bockwinkel match from WCW Slamboree.
I don't know if this may be hard for you to answer. I don't know. But
nothing's hard.
I'm going to throw it out there. Who are some of your favorite opponents, favorite feuds, favorite matches? You mentioned the one at Slamboree 93 with Bockwinkel.
Jack Briscoe, Johnny Valentine, Antonio Inoki, Wahoo McDaniel, Jerry Briscoe.
Wow. Listen to these names you're throwing out here.
Billy Robinson.
Wow.
In Atlanta, there was a wrestler they called the Professional, Doug Gilbert.
Mm-hmm.
Whitey Caldwell was from Tennessee. He's passed on now. Mm-hmm. He was a very small wrestler. In fact, I underestimated him. He was a great wrestler. Mm-hmm. Rufus R. Jones in St. Louis, Pat O'Connor in St. Louis, Waldo Von Erich in St. Louis, Blackjack Daniel in St. Louis. In Canada, Billy Robinson, King Curtis Iakea in Hawaii.
Dave, listen to these names he's throwing out here. I mean,
I'm here.
Lenny Main in Portland, Chavo Guerrero in Los Angeles.
Wow.
I could really go on and on with the names. Fitz Von Erich in Texas Stadium. That was a big thrill.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Lothario, San Antonio, and Jose Lothario, incidentally, is the trainer of Shawn Michaels.
Right on.
The list was not ending.
Yeah.
It went on for 4.5 years. It was a fabulous time.
Absolutely.
And the thing about it, there's not a wrestler that I went in the ring with that I didn't learn something from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the advantage here at the Funking Conservatory Wrestling School. If they come here to train, they're going to learn from somebody that is drawing money for the companies that I've worked for. And that's the bottom line in professional wrestling for anybody that wants to get there. A couple things. One, it's a giving business. It just is that way because you have to give something to the companies that you're going to work for. You have to attract wrestling fans for them.
Right.
And it's a fabulous business, and it can be learned, but there's no way in without proper training.
Hey, Dory, on March 1st, 2008, you wrestled what was billed as your final match, a retirement match. Are you really going to stay retired, or are you going to pull a Terry and come on back to the ring in the future?
Oh, I'll have to make up my mind as I go. I do currently wrestle here at on Bang TV on our own shows. I feel in shape. I feel like I can wrestle, but I'll just play that by ear as it goes. We'll see what happens.
We had on Steve Carino, who's also a student of yours at the Funking Conservatory, and he let us in on a little something called the Dory Funk Method. Can you explain a little bit more about this?
I'm just amazed at what you guys pull up. Yeah. The Dory Funk Method of professional wrestling is what we teach here at the Funking Conservatory. And we look at, it has 3 phases. This is going to sound strange in professional wrestling, but safety is our #1 concern.
Right.
We want our athletes to be able to go in the ring and wrestle and perform and do it safely. Television is #2. We think that's at least 50% of your attraction to the audience is how you present yourself on television. It is so important to professional wrestling. Just look at Vince McMahon and WWE and what he's done with television. So our athletes have to learn how to present themselves on television, in the ring, wrestling, and on interviews. And then the #3 part we work on, and they're all equal, is in-ring performance. Being able to do the maneuvers, the wrestling, and the holds and everything, and to do it safely.
You trained Andrew Tess Martin. Any memories that you care to share about Tess?
Yeah, a very tough kid. He was training with the Hardy Boys, and Tess, they came off opposite corners and landed on Tess. He wound up with a broken finger. So WWE instructed me to brought his ticket down and said, "Here, send him home. We'll bring him back when he gets well." And I took the ticket to Tess. I remember meeting him at the elevator in the hotel, and had his ticket there for him. And he said, "I came here to wrestle." He says, "I don't want to go home." So I never did give him his ticket, and he went on and wrestled 3 more days during that training session, and went home and got a pin stuck in his finger, and continued his training.
Wow.
These are back at the when I was with WWE, the WWE Funking Dojo.
How do you feel about the current state of the business? Do you think TNA has a legit chance of becoming a threat to WWE?
I don't think it's a matter of being a threat, and I don't think TNA looks at it that way either. If you go to the real top levels, I think Vince McMahon, you will see he will do everything he can to make his business the best that it can be. And I think you'll see the same thing with TNA. It is competition. It's like my father told me when I started. It's the most competitive business in the world. It really is on every level.
The indie shows, do you watch, or are you familiar with any of the promotions like Ring of Honor, Shikara, even Pro Wrestling Revolution?
I'm not really real familiar with the indie scene, other than what we do here at Bang TV. If we're looking for examples as to what is good work, we're usually on to WWE or TNA or the Japanese companies. Some of the Japanese companies produce some fabulous work.
What are your thoughts on Paul Heyman? I know you spent some time in ECW.
Oh, absolutely fabulous. He was innovator in professional wrestling. Did some great work. He did a lot of things that we do here right now. Our production. He did his television on his own, and did the editing himself. We're in the same boat here at the Funking Conservatory. I do all of our television editing. I do all of our internet work. Marty is in charge of television production. That's my wife. And it's a case of having to do the work yourself, and it pays off.
You're listening to Dory Funk Jr. right here on OWW Radio. He's going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame on April 4th, the night before WrestleMania 25. You'll be inducted into this Hall of Fame alongside your brother Terry. What does it mean to you to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Just like I said, it's the proudest moment of my career. Standing there with Terry, being given this honor by WWE, it's an opportunity to communicate more with the wrestling fans that have supported me for so long. And I'm looking forward to the Hall of Fame speech. I've been working on it, and hopefully